Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is episode 41 of the Panorama Pandemonium challenge, and I have put the bot difficulty level up. I haven't done it almost all series long. It's been so long since we raised it. The reason I've done it is because my lap times have consistently been pretty good. Minus a few really difficult cars. So I'm putting it up to 80, let's see how we get on. We now move on to the army of Mercedes. It's the AMG GT3. Back into the GT3 category. It is Germany's time to be represented again. Lots of deep roaring horses ready to go. BMW and Audi on the front row, how apt. Ooh, I'm not so sure about that livery though. Any toys? ABS and traction control. Fair enough. An unusual rev counter going on there, but fair enough. Whoops. Whoop, that was first. I'm cutting across the grass quite early, but then I saw that Bentley on the right hand side, which would have pushed me onto the grass anyway. That was rather passing the seas. Diving between two cars there. Lovely, I'll have some of that. Off we go. I don't know whether it's too early to be making this judgment, but this car feels very slow. It feels quite sluggish in a straight line compared to those around me. I mean, yes, I'm still overtaking people, but just a general feel of it. It wasn't that long ago we did the McLaren, and that felt much more nimble than this car. Yes, I know the car is pretty big, but I'm not really talking about its steering ability. I'm just talking about raw speed. Just feels a bit sluggish, or its acceleration does not feel great. But we'll see how we get on. Oh, that roof's getting a bit wide. See how we do against the Aston. Pretty decent top speeds. So the top end is you know, in amongst its classmates, but I don't know. So it just doesn't feel like it gets there as quickly as its stablemates. But we'll see. Though because the acceleration doesn't feel as bad, it is a bit easier to control this thing. Well, that's what I'm finding so far. What are we aiming for? 213, 620. Wasn't that far off it, considering the that was the standing start. But look at that! I'm not making any inroads into this Aston at all. Whoops! And that's even it's even in the slipstream. I was just not gaining at all. We have had it before. I think the Mustang in Road B, that was quite a... was it the Road B one or the GT4 one? One of the two. It was one of the Mustangs was really slow. It might have been the GT4 one actually. It was just very slow compared to its stablemates, whereas this isn't necessarily slow as far as top speed is concerned. It's just how quickly it gets there. The cornering efficiency seems pretty good. Did not need to go to second quite so early there. It's doing alright with the bumps as well, which is quite helpful for a circuit like this. So that Aston still is alongside me, whereas normally I took that line absolutely perfectly then. Normally I'd have had that move done way before the Aston turned in. I'm not too sure what Patrick seems to be driving ahead of me. Whatever it is, he's braking. The Audi? Yeah, it's the Audi. With a fellow Mercedes there. Oh dear, that went bad. That went south rather badly. Sorry, Mr. Audi. You did rejoin the track just still ahead of me, but... yeah, that would have been a steward's inquiry. That would have very much so... oops, been a steward's inquiry. That was a terrible way of taking that corner. 213. Blitzed it. 211.0. Lovely. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad car, this one. It's very stable. But you have got to tune it properly to get the acceleration up. Whoa! See? In a lot of cars that would have been an accident, but there's no stability control on this, so that was mainly me that saved that one. I know, as rare as it sounds, that was actually me. Oops, a bit late turning in. Beautiful. Oops, slightly wide there. Little Janetta. Changes direction really well. Oh dear, I hit a bump quite hard then, which caused me to spin. I was able to get going again, not be pushed down the hill as I have been when I was run there before. I was bracing myself for it. I was waiting for the bang, but it didn't happen this time. Oops, a bit early. I'm curious to know what that red bar on the left of the LED display is for. Oh, fuel, of course. And on we go. Aston is right with me, Tito Schmidt. Put too much gas in there and ended up oversteering. 2 laps to go. I'm liking this one and not so much liking this one. It's a bit of an oddity, this. But there was a definite lack of acceleration in there. I won't keep going on about it, but that's what's making this car slightly less enjoyable. But what is making it far more enjoyable is just how stable it is, how easy it is this car is to drive. That was a great sentence. How easy is this car is. Oh, the joys of trying to talk and drive at the same time. Or talk and race at the same time. We'll see how we get on with the next Merc. Come on. Oh, there's that bump again. Not noticed it in anything else, but this thing feels like it hits a really sharp bump. Can't tell what this Aston's chasing. Is that another Aston, I think? Stay in the slipstream. Left Tito Schmidt behind me. Yes, a pair of Astons. Whoops! Okay, that wasn't quite what I was aiming for, but it'll do. I was going to say, I'm sure I didn't send that silver Aston off into the gravel. And indeed I didn't, he's still there. Okay, that was a bit of a slide there. That's an unusual way of taking that corner. 210, 255. Whoa! Last lap then. Top half of the pack, I will most certainly take that. Whoops, that was second. Despite the fact there's a big number 3 on my display. I still forgot what gear I was in. Ow. Only 21,000's down. Woohoo! Excuse me, Mr. Aston. Patrick Sims ahead of me. Why does that bit feel much... That bump there feels so much sharper in this car, yet all the other bumps it seems to handle really well. I don't understand. That's the wall. Aston's going to slip through me this time. Gaining on me a little bit, but didn't go for an overtake. That was a little bit late, yeah. Oh, thank you, Aston, for trying to correct me there. We've got the position back. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Jeremy Brunel. Mini great-grandson of Isambard King de Brunel. Maybe. Yeah! Don't like that colour scheme though. Not for that car. There we go, 210. Some 2.9s there. And one of the Mercedes did indeed set that one of the 209s. Next car. Oh, this is going to be fun. The 190E 2.5 16 Evo 2 DTM. I am not sure how this thing's going to do over the bumps, but let's see. Nice paint job there. Any toys? ABS. Oh, what a launch! Oh, fellow Merc getting in my way there. I think it was on the Merc or a Beamer, I wasn't actually sure. Oops, as I nudge a BMW, and Sierra smashes into someone. I know the Sierra is a big beast, but... Now, unlike the Sierra, the power deliveries are much more flat in this car, it's much more even. Look at the Sierra go! Oh, no, that's the wall. Oops, no. Oh, get off! Bot saved me there, thank you. Several plumes of dust. Ah, Sierra, sorry. Side by side, this won't go well. Oh no! My compatriot there punted me into the wall. Should take that Sierra, yep. See how we do. Back down the mountain again. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. You feel the bumps are there, but it doesn't feel like it's throwing the car around. As long as you're gentle with them, the car will ride them pretty well. Look at that, the field just has not spread out at all. Mule train! And that's me topped out. Big red light there. Change! I can't, I've got them changing too. There goes the Sierra. And then the Sierra suffers some horrific turbo lag. Which this most certainly does not. I am pretty sure this is a naturally aspirated engine. If there is a turbo in it, I can't hear it. If there is a turbo in it, it's much more, as I say, even delivery than the Sierra. I certainly don't hear a dump valve. No, that Sierra's going to nail me again. Interestingly, again, as we've had in several cars, the gear change indicator in the bottom right does not match up to the dashboard in the slightest. I think that Sierra's still on my inside. There he is. Whoops. A bit impatient with the gas there. Not making much of a inroad into this field, and that was a lot of understeer. Thank you, Wall. The Wall definitely saved me on that one. Lots of on-power understeer, it feels like. Go. So it was too much too soon. Pitched me into the wall. Just wait for the turbo detonation from the Sierra behind me. Here he comes, and that's all I've got. I think that Sierra thought about an inside move then. I'm not doing too bad with this car, but I'm doing nothing against the field. 223.103. Oh, I was close, only half a second off. Very close to that already. Well, mind you, I have put the bot difficulty up, so that is probably part of the reason why I am struggling here. We'll see how my lap times stack up. That slide wasn't too bad. That was a bit early on the brakes there, whoops. There is a turbo whine in there, what am I talking about? Gives me bounce off the walls. It's a much more balanced delivery than the Ford solution. Just doing nothing. I'm actually gonna put the bot level down again, because at least I was catching those bots. I'm not being left behind by these ones, but I'm essentially just matching their pace. Again, they may as well needn't be there. Because I'm not really doing anything with them, I'm just following them. As infuriating as they are, if they're going to be on the field, I may as well be racing them. Or in amongst the pack racing them, I mean. 2 to go. 2:27.75. Blitzed it. But even with that... Well, that won't help. But even with the fact that I was 3 seconds up that time than the last one, I still couldn't catch those ahead of me. I'm certainly not going to now. Unless, of course, the Mercedes is that much slower than the rest, but I'm sure it was a Mercedes I was chasing. Couldn't really tell. Oh well. Maybe I'll put the difficulty level down to 75. But this again is a glorious car to drive. Whoops, you just gotta watch the right foot, particularly in bumpy areas. A little prone to understeer. The BMW here. Oh, that was fortunate that the car pits to the right there. Oh dear. Just kept it going. There was someone right behind me I can see in the mirrors. Oh, there he is. It was a BMW. Can I pick him up again? There we go. Yep. Got him. It's not like the Mercedes seems to be that much slower to its stablemates. It's the field is still relatively close together. It's not like all the Mercedes are back here where I now am. Oh dear, that's someone having trouble. BMW. And I don't think I'm doing that bad a job at driving this car, so it needs a better setup to challenge 80% bots, I'm coming to conclude. Broadly speaking, I'm keeping it out of the barriers, well, again, compared to some cars I have really struggled with. So yeah, my only conclusion is that it needs a better setup. If anything, it's more BMWs back here. Whoops. Didn't do that well at all. Lovely. Round to come, yep. Uh-oh. And back down the mountain she comes. Oops. Again, even when it does start to get away from you, it is actually quite easy to catch. Compared to some others. Oops. Bargy going on between those two Mercs. Not how I meant to do that, but hey, it worked. Possibly a little bit early braking for that, but it held. Oops. And there we go. Yeah, I'm not convinced I could have got much more out of that. See how my lap time stacked up. 2:20.775. Look! Only the top, 8 were under sub 20. So yeah, I was doing the pace of the top half. I just couldn't gain. Just could not gain on them. And that is it for this episode. Thank you very much. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.